Okay, I'm adding some critters to my critter tank. I've got I think it's called a Synodontis catfish here it's an African catfish. And I've got a little red tail baby. So they're going to go into my tank. It's quite weird. The bag is actually magnifying the fish quite a bit. So these guys are going to go into my tank. Shame that the red tail is quite small, so we'll have to see how he does. I'll more than likely put him out into the koi pond in summer. And there's the catfish. And then the other thing that I've got here that's absolutely awesome, and I'll lift them up now, is 2 ropefish. They look just like snakes. So they're going into the tank as well. These are quite big ones, and the trick with them as well is to make sure that you put a lid on the tank. I mean, I once bought one and didn't do that, and then he just disappeared, and then suddenly found out afterwards that they make quite a habit of actually getting out of the tank and crawling around your house. So apparently they've got lungs and they can cruise around, but yeah, so you've got to put something on the tank to keep them in. In terms of length, I would say that these guys are about close on 20 centimeters. And I've got a smaller one in here that's maybe about 12 to 13 centimeters. I haven't seen any violence from these guys. They seem to be quite peaceful. The way they cruise around the tank, though, is just awesome. And as I said, this is a critter tank, so there's all kinds of weird things in here. If I can focus on some of the stuff that's here ready. There is a crayfish in there. I'll show you the broader tank. Lots of catfishes, lots of like anything that's weird. So there's shovel nose cats in here. There you can see a lemur shovel nose at the back. Anything that's like quite strange, I like for this tank. You can actually see you might be able to see under here, there's a tie track eel under there. There's something living in that pot there, a big Raphael catfish. The only actual fish I've got in here, okay, I mean, the rope fish are fish as well. I mean, all of these things are fish, but the only kind of traditional fish I've got is rainbow cichlids. There's 2 of them in here. There's another catfish, little hoplo cat. So there's lots of activity going on in here. It gets quite crazy, and most of the time these guys eat bloodworm. There's an enormous Raphael cat living in that pot. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. It literally is the size of my hand. It's very, very fat. I think it's a female. There actually is a male in here as well. I'm not sure about breeding these things in tanks. I don't even know if it's possible. But I mean, there's 3 Raphael cats in here. There's a tiny baby, there's the big female, and a male. The one thing about this tank, though, you'll see there's nothing at the top of the tank. So no fish at all. It's absolutely empty because all of the guys are scavengers. So they're all hanging around the bottom of the tank. Let's try and look at the little crayfish guy. Again, there he is in his hole. And they all seem to get on. So for now, it's working. But yeah, there's the newbies in their bags at the moment, just getting floated, and then I'll let them out in about 20 minutes, and then I'll show you what they look like in the tank. But I think this tank is then full. I maybe just want to get one more fish to go at the top, like a surface dweller. I was thinking an arowana, but I don't know enough about arowanas to know whether they're going to eat these other fish or not. So I really need to do some research first. If you guys have got ideas in terms of what I can put in, let me know. And then if you're enjoying these videos, please like the videos. It helps them get shared. And then please also subscribe to the channel. Click the button and subscribe, and then you'll get the videos as they come out. If you've got any questions, post the questions that you've got. If you want to add anything, do that as well. I mean, I need advice as well. I don't know everything. So let me know what you think. But how awesome are these guys? Okay, it's about 6 hours later. The fish are in the tank, and I'll just show you where they've ended up. There's the little red tail. He's stuck between that rock and the pipe. There's one of the rope fish, and there is the other one. See, quite a big guy. That pipe at the back there's I think it's an 11 centimeter pipe diameter, so you can get an idea how big the rope fish is. And then you can see all the critters that are in the tank already. Lots of stuff going on in here. And obviously as they grow, I'll have to move them out of this tank because they won't all be happy in here long term. I'll have to move them into other tanks. There's my hyphen. That's quite a nice guy. And there's the new one right at the back there in the corner, where this tank gets some really special feeding. Lots of bloodworm, some flakes, some shrimp, and I also feed some calamari. There's a little baby rope fish at the back, and the big guy in front. You can see. Sure, look at that. Here's the other rope fish, and there's the Mr. Crayfish that's stuck in the pipe. There you can see the little red tail coming out. So this tank is full now. I've got enough fish in here. In fact, I've got more than enough fish in here. But yeah, very, very happy. And it's basically just a critter tank. So there's no middle swimming or top swimming fish. It's all critters that hang around the bottom. I'm trying to work out what to put at the top. I said earlier maybe arowana, but I really don't know them well enough. I don't know if they're going to mess with the current balance here. Whereas at the moment everything's actually just working out fine. There's no fighting, and yeah, so far so good. There's a shovel nose coming through. I don't know what this guy's called with a spot, but he's a really nice little catfish. And there's the newbie at the back, the new, I think it's called a Synodontis. It's an African catfish. It's at the back there. Maybe it'll come forward to the front. You can see a tire track eel sticking its nose out underneath that rock there, just in the foreground. Catfish at the back. If you guys have got any ideas in terms of what I could put in here, what you think is missing, that would add value to the tank, especially something that swims in the middle or at the top, it'll be quite cool. But yeah, lots of action in this tank. These rope fish, I'm really hooked on them. I had the little one first. Liked it so much that I bought the two big ones. We'll just have to see how they go. There's the newbie with the nice bristles. There's the hyphen again. It's a stunning fish, lots of attitude. There's a little red tail in the little hole that he's made himself. Looks very happy in there. These little cats I like as well. I think they're called palmetto cats. I'm not 100% sure. You can see the spotty one in the middle there at the back. I've actually got two of them. But lots of different critters in here and lots of action. So please, if you like the videos, just click like. If you want to subscribe, click the button as well, so you can get my videos when I put them out. Here's the baby ropefish coming out right at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys.